Good morning to everyone. This is Prasanna working as a biology teacher in Montessori School, LR Peta. Today we are going to discuss about 9th class first chapter, that is cell, its structure and functions. First chapter, that is cell, structure and its functions. Structure and its functions. Okay, do you know about what is meant by cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of the organism. Cell is the structural and functional unit of the organism, living organism. Okay, living organisms. Do you agree with me? Okay, I will clarify your doubts. Our life, let's begin with a single cell, that is ovum. From the ovum, cell is converted into tissues are converted into organs are converted into organ system. Later these organ systems are collectively form an organism. This is the formation of organism in every organisms. Okay, first of all, what is the formation of organism? This is a flow chart. Cell is converts into tissue. Tissues can form an organ can form organ system. Later these various types of organ systems present in our body, all the organ systems can form an organism. This is nothing but flow chart. Now cells are two types, especially cells are two types. What those are prokaryotic cell, and another one is eukaryotic. Okay, what is the meaning of the term pro indicates for primitive? Okay, karyon, the term karyon indicates nucleus. That means the cell which having primitive nucleus is called as prokaryotic cell. What is meant by primitive? Primitive nothing but the nucleus. The nucleus does not consist any nuclear membrane. The type of cell is called as prokaryotic cell. Okay, here I am drawn a prokaryotic cell. Here it is a nucleus, it is a cell. Okay, this is diagrammatic representation of cell. Inside the cell nucleus is present, but in case of prokaryotic cell, nuclear membrane is absent and the nuclear material is scattered in the cytoplasm. Okay, this is the cytoplasm and this is the nuclear material. In this case, the nuclear material does not bound with any nuclear membrane. That's why it is called as prokaryotic cell. But in case of eukaryotic cell, the term U indicates for true. U means true. Karyon means as usually nucleus. Okay. In case of true nucleus, the cell having nuclear membrane. Okay, inside the nuclear membrane, nuclear material is present. This is the nuclear material. Nuclear material especially two types, maybe DNA or RNA. Okay, in case of eukaryotics, maximum the nuclear material is the DNA. In case of prokaryotes, the nuclear material is nothing but RNA. Here I does not mention any nuclear material name. just I mentioned here nuclear material, but the nuclear material is enveloped by a nuclear membrane or boundary. It is called as true nucleus. It is called as true nucleus. Okay, these true nuclear containing cells are called as eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells. This is types of cells based upon the type of nucleus. Next thing, cells are based upon the number of cells are categorized into unicellular or multicellular or acellular Uni nothing but the organism having only single cell. The organism having only single cell in its body. Those type of organisms are called as unicellular organisms. Okay, unicellular organisms. That means in its body only single cell is present. Only single cell is present. Example for the unicellular organisms are the bacteria, amoeba, okay, paramecium and etc. Multicellular means the organism having more than one cell. Okay, that means two or more number of cells present in a organism. The type of organisms are called as multicellular organisms. Okay, examples for the multicellular organism, most commonly we can say that human beings and plants. Humans and plants are the common examples for the multicellular organisms. Okay, among these Annelida, that means earthworms, Arthropoda, that means cockroaches. Okay, these are the remaining examples for the multicellular organisms. What is meant by acellular? Okay, how can you say acellular? That means the organism does not contain any cell. Okay, if the organism does not contain any cell, how can it is called as an organism? But here acellular organisms also present in our universe. Okay, we can say example for the acellular organisms are the viruses. What is that? Viruses are the acellular organisms. Why it is called as acellular organism? Acellular nothing but the organism does not contain any specific cell organelles or does not contain any cellular functions. The type of organisms are called as acellular organisms. In case of viruses, they cannot capable to reproduce, they cannot capable to regeneration, they cannot do any nutritive processes. Okay, without any host support, viruses cannot do any its functions. Nothing but we can say viruses acts as inanimate object. Okay, inanimate object where it is present outside the host body. But in case of inside the host body, viruses are acts as animate. What is the differences between inanimate and animate? Inanimate nothing but dead. They cannot move easily. Okay, they cannot do any its life processes. Those type of objects are called as inanimate. Okay, but in case of animate objects, they can do its life process like nutrition, excretion, okay, then remaining transportation, reproduction, etc. life processes. those type of organisms are called animate objects. Okay. Now, inside the host, outside the host, what is meant by host? So, we want to know about first of all what is host and what is recipient. Okay, what is host? Host is an organism. Host is an organism. Okay, it can provide all its needs, all of the needs. Okay, wanted by a other organism. This is called as host. That means it can provide food, it can provide shelter, it can provide all other needs wanted by other types of organism. It is called as host. Okay, say one example for the host, that is common example, that is human being. Okay, we are host for so many types of microorganisms. So many microorganisms can live freely in our body, on the surface of the body. They can take food, they can take shelter, they can do any its function by using our body. Okay, that's why we are host for so many types of organisms. As usually, so many types of hosts are present in the universe. Okay, this is nothing but host. Next thing, host is also called as donor. Host is also called as donor. Next thing, recipient. Okay, recipient or parasite. Recipient or parasite is a type of organism. They can collect all its needs from a host body. Okay, it is a organism. They can collect all of its needs, that is food, that is shelter and other needs. Okay, to survival of its life processes, it can take all its needs from the host body. It is called as recipient or parasite. Okay, common example for parasite, simple example, that is malarial parasite. Okay, this malarial parasite can take shelter, food and other needs for its multiplication in our body. Okay, and HIV virus, nowadays coronavirus. Okay, coronavirus is also a parasite. They can take food, shelter and other needs from our body, okay, to improve its population. Okay, these are called as recipient and parasite. Recipient and parasite. Next thing, cell. Cells are, in our chapter there are two cells commonly explained with simple diagrams. One is plant cell and another one is animal cell. Plant cell, this having rectangular shape and having cell wall inside. This is cell wall. Okay, inside the cell wall plasma membrane is present. Inside the plasma membrane so many organelles are present. Okay, this is the vacuole, this is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, nuclear membrane is present. Okay, no, inside the nucleus, nuclear material is present. This is nuclear membrane. Okay, it having nuclear membrane, that's why plant cell is eukaryotic cell. Okay, plant cell is eukaryotic cell. Along with this cell organelles, so many cell organelles are present like mitochondria, chloroplast. Okay, so many cell organelles are present inside the plant cell and animal cell. But the differences between plant cell and animal cells are, in case of plant cells, cell wall is present, but in case of animal cell, cell wall is absent. Cell wall is absent. Okay, in case of plant cell, vacuole, large vacuole is present, large central vacuole. That means 80% of the plant cell space is covered by a vacuole, large central vacuole. But in case of animal cells, there is no scope for the vacuole. Even though present, only small vacuoles are present, only small number of vacuoles are present, but in majority cases vacuoles are absent. But here also the nucleus is eukaryote, that means the nuclear material is surrounded by nuclear membrane. Okay, another point is here in case of plant cell, chloroplast is present, but in case of animal cell, chloroplast is absent. That's why animals cannot do photosynthesis, they can't, okay, get food materials through by its own. Okay, but in case of plant cell, they can prepare the own food materials by its own, okay, through a process called as photosynthesis, okay, due to this chloroplast cell organelle. Okay, what is the difference between cell and the cell organelle? What is the difference between cell and cell organelle? Cell, for example, take this building, take one building as a cell. Okay, in case of building, so many rooms are present, for example, this is our school building. Okay, inside the school building, so many classrooms are present. Okay, like this manner, in case this building nothing but cell, inside the cell so many rooms are present, those rooms indicated here as cell organelle. Is it clear to all? Okay, cell is like a building, inside the cell organelles are present as compartments. Okay, next thing, this is the differences between plant cell and animal cell. Now we are going to discuss about structures, what are the layers surrounded by a cell. For example, take a plant cell as an example. Okay, I said that plant cell having cell wall. Okay, inside the cell wall, plasma membrane is also present. Inside the cell wall, plasma membrane is present. Okay, for example, take this. We can observe that this is outermost rigid, okay, or tough layer, but it is in which condition? Non-living condition. How can we say that it is in non-living condition? Because there is no cell division takes place here. That's why it is in non-living condition. Okay, but in case of inside the cell wall, okay, this is cell wall. Okay, inside the cell wall, another membrane is present. That is plasma membrane. Plasma membrane, or it is also called as cell membrane. Don't confuse. Okay, this is cell wall, this is cell membrane. Okay, is it clear? So, just plasma membrane and cell wall, you have to remember this. Then you don't confuse with. Okay, then inside the cell membrane, cytoplasm is present. Cytoplasm is a fluid. It is a fluid like structure, jelly like structure present inside the plasma membrane. In this cytoplasm only, so many different cell organelles like nucleus, vacuole, mitochondria, chloroplast, okay, Golgi complex and endoplasmic reticulum, etc., lysosomes, etc., organelles are present inside the cytoplasm. That means cytoplasm is a living fluid in which so many types of cell organelles are, okay, fixed in their positions, this is nothing but plant cell diagram. Okay, now take animal cell. Okay, in case of animal cell, there is no cell wall. That means only plasma membrane is present. Okay, due to this reason, plants can resist great mechanical injuries when compared to animals. Okay, why? Because cell wall is a rigid structure. It can protect the plant body from the mechanical injuries. But animal cell does not consist any cell wall. That's why it can't bear any mechanical injuries, okay, greatly when compared to the plant cell. Okay, here cytoplasm is common, nucleus is common, mitochondria and remaining cell organelles are common. But here I want to say that plasma membrane is flexible membrane and it is living membrane. Okay, it can involve in cell division. Okay, it can form new layers. Okay, that's why plasma membrane flexible and living membrane, but in case of cell wall is rigid and non-flexible and non-living membrane. Okay, but plasma membrane is present in both plant cell and both animal cell. Okay, both plant cell and animal cell. Okay, plasma membrane is present in animal cell and plant cell, but cell wall is present only in plant cell, not in animal cell. Okay, along with the plant cell, bacteria is also having cell wall. Inside the cell wall, plasma membrane is present. Inside the plasma membrane, nuclear material and cytoplasm and etc. cell organelles are present. But bacteria is prokaryotic organism. Okay, why? Because here nuclear material is not covered by any nuclear membrane. Okay, That means we can say the eukaryotic organism having cell wall. Give an example, plant cell. The eukaryotic organism having cell wall is the plant cell. The prokaryotic organism having cell wall is an example, bacteria. It is a prokaryotic organism having cell wall. Plant cell is a eukaryotic organism having cell wall. Is it clear? Okay, then I want to discuss about protoplast. What is meant by protoplast? Protoplast is a combination of cytoplasm, that means nothing but it is a cell except cell wall. That means cell minus cell wall is called as protoplast. That means the cell without a cell wall is called as protoplast. The cell without a cell wall, without a cell wall, it is called as protoplast. That means it having plasma membrane, cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. Okay, cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid-like matter present inside the plasma membrane. Nucleoplasm is a fluid matter present inside the nucleus. present inside the nucleus, it is called as nucleoplasm. That means nucleoplasm plus cytoplasm plus plasma membrane is called as protoplast, but here the combination of nucleoplasm and cytoplasm is named as protoplasm. That means protoplasm is a combination of nucleoplasm and cytoplasm. Protoplast, here 2 letters difference. It is a plast, it is a plasm. Plasm nothing but fluid. Plast nothing but organelle or nothing but part of cell. Okay? Part of cell. That means protoplasm is a fluid, it is a combination of nucleoplasm and cytoplasm, but protoplast is a structure having nucleoplasm, cytoplasm along with plasma membrane, that is protoplast. Okay? Then now we are going to discuss about observation of cell wall, inside a plant cell. Okay. Now you have to take a leaf and pierce or cut a leaf horizontally and take a small thin section of a leaf and place it on microscope and observe it under microscope. This is microscope, and observe it under microscope. What will you see? What will you observe under microscope? The cells arranged like this. Like this manner. Okay. Now you have to keep a drop of salt solution on this glass slide. Leave it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Then observe under microscope. What will you see? This image can convert into okay, this image can convert into like this manner. That means okay, this black colored lining nothing but the shrinkage of cytoplasm, that means leaving the cell wall does not become shrink. Why? Because it is a dead membrane. Okay, that's why it can't shrink. But cytoplasm, plasma membrane, nucleoplasm are in living condition. That's why if you keep a drop of salt solution, a process osmosis can take place here. Osmosis nothing but transfer of water from high water potential area to the low water potential area, or low concentrated area to the high concentrated area. Okay, this is the phenomenon of osmosis. Okay, now the water, that means cytoplasm having 99% of water. That's why the water present inside the cytoplasm come out. Then what will happen if a balloon having air, it bulges. If the air will come out, the balloon becomes shrink. In this manner, the water come out from the cytoplasm, what will happen? The cytoplasm can shrink, remains the cell wall. That means here cell wall and plasma membrane are separated to each other. Okay, that's why plants are having cell wall and plasma membrane. We observed here in this experiment. This is nothing but observation of cell wall. Okay, is it clear to all? Thank you.